Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome each and every one of you to a new League of Legends video. So today we're going to have a relatively quick video, but it's more of like a news mercy type update for you guys. Well, it seems like XIN ZHAO, I know it's not how you say it, but anyways, is getting essentially a mini rework type change coming to him. Now, there's no release date yet as to when this is coming, but Riot is looking to do some pretty significant changes to our boy. So let me go ahead and move my camera actually over here so you guys can actually see the changes properly. Now, we're going to go over them now very quickly. XIN currently sitting at, only in the jungle world pretty much, 48% win rate, pretty low pick rate. Everything else is extremely low to the point where he doesn't even have a rank nor essentially a pick rate because no one really plays the champion. He hasn't really got many changes at all. The most recent change was an 11.1 where they did probably the most insignificant change I have ever seen in my entire life. Cool, I guess. And yeah, pretty much the champion hasn't got any love, attention, nothing for a long time. So Riot apparently is finally trying to fix that. Let's go over the changes, guys. Once it's on the PBE server, whenever that is, I'll make a gameplay, of course, as well. But if you enjoy, you're excited, whatever, don't forget to hit that like button. Let's jump into it. The goals. They want to highlight the unique ranged gameplay with his W2. So his W2, you know how his W has like the thing where he kind of swings it in an arc and then forward. So the forward part is what they're talking about. The little stab with the W. Will help this fit better into his combos rather than have a conflict with his heavy auto attack pattern. Open up / reinvigorate a new off build for XIN with meaningfully different gameplay outputs, which you'll see there's a lot of AP ratios now added to a lot of his abilities and an overall target of a 2% roughly buff for him in the jungle. So let's start off with the actual changes. His passive determination. If you don't know what his passive does, it essentially just kind of he heals him pretty much every auto attack more or less. I kind of forget myself sometimes too, to be completely honest, because I pretty much never see the champion. Anyways, the heal amount has been pretty much increased overall. The base has been decreased. However, you can see here that the AP ratio has been increased by 15%. So if you are building him with some AP, full AP, hybrid, some kind of mix, it's probably going to be a buff in the long term. Now, 3 talent strike his Q though, boom, boom, knock up, right? Bonus physical damage has been actually, surprisingly, slightly reduced by 5 at level 1, but only by 1 at rank 5. So, for the most part, unchanged in all honesty, but a little bit lower, of course, overall regardless. Now, W is the biggest change. So, wind becomes lightning. That's the whoosh, whoosh, right? So, various quality of life and hitbox clarity adjustments. Thrust damage has been increased by up to 33% based on critical chance, which is pretty good. W can no longer apply lifesteal, which I think is worth it for the extra damage trade-off, which I think it's worth it. Maybe if you're not playing like super bruiser tank XIN, but if you're playing more aggressive XIN, like more assassin-y type damagey, I think it's pretty worth it for sure. The W cast time is now a static 0.5 instead of scaling with attack speed. Now, I'm not sure what the base attack speed on this thing is here. Cast time 0.5 to 0.4. So, I mean, okay, so it's pretty good. I think it's an overall buff, I believe it's an overall buff, just a little bit faster. You don't have to get attack speed to make it faster anymore. It's just a little bit faster, just period now. Mana cost has been increased by 15. So the mana cost is actually higher, but I mean, that's not too much of a difference. The range, however, is up by 100, now 1,000 range. That's pretty damn good. And you'll see why when you combine it with his E ability. So increased range on the W, the damage on the W. Now the base damage you can see has also been decreased by 10. The total attack damage ratio has also been slightly decreased. However, remember what I said about that full AP or hybrid AP? It now has a completely new 50% AP scaling ratio on the W, the second part of the W, which is pretty damn ridiculous. The cooldown has been slightly decreased as well as you rank it up, and the W2 now, this is important, now challenges champions, monsters, and provides vision of the target for 3 seconds, which of course is great against invisibility, but more importantly, the champions. It challenges champions. Why is that good? Well, let's move on to his E ability. So the E ability where he just dashes on somebody, the cast range has now been increased to 1100 on challenged targets. The current range on this ability is 650, apparently. So unless I'm just, tripping over here, that's pretty much double the range on the dash, which is absurdly long on challenged targets, which combines perfectly with his W2 range pretty much. So if your W hits, you can just jump right on them essentially almost instantly at an absolutely ridiculous range, which is pretty broken for like some kind of assassination type effect, which is really, really cool. The cooldown has been decreased, but the dash speed has slightly been decreased to make up for that, I guess, which makes sense. And then moving on to his ultimate, which is also, of course, going to be still really, really powerful. Now has a completely new AP ratio of 110 AP. Before it had literally nothing, right? AP ratios were non-existent. Now, you know, it had this 100% bonus AD, the target's current health at 15%. Now, I guess on top of everything else, it has 110% AP as well. Pretty ridiculous. The duration is now 5 seconds as opposed to 3. So when you hit someone, let's say the AD carry with this, and you jump on them and then ult, 5 seconds. Crazy long. And no longer extended by basic attacks and spells, which kind of makes up for that, I guess. But I don't know. Overall, this is like a pretty ridiculous buff for XIN, guys. I don't know. I want you guys to let me know down below what you think about this. Pretty crazy changes coming out. Once they hit the PBE servers, whenever that is, I'll of course make a video. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about it down below. And I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.